there's a lot of people out in the valley, I'm sure, that's done a whole lot more things than Frankie and I've done, but it was quite an honor to receive this. So that was my opinion that day, was like total shock and awe.
Well, I was a little shocked myself, and I do appreciate whoever nominated us, and I understand it was a unanimous vote, so if it was, I appreciate those votes also. Well, on my dad's end of it, they come here in 1848. It was before California was a state, and I don't imagine they had any problem crossing the border at that time. But they settled up in the Grizzly Flat above Eureka Canyon. That's where my dad was born. They started purchasing some land by selling wood and split stuff. They split a lot of pickets and posts, and they got enough money to purchase some land, and they started adding to it, and they wound up with 530 acres up in Eureka Canyon and Grizzly Flat. And then on my mother's side, they come here in 1864, wagon trains, and settled over on the other side of Mount Madonna Road there, and own most of all that land clear up to into the park where the park is today. Still have most all of it. So.
Well, I was working a little place called C-Bar M, little hot dog stand on Main Street in Watsonville, and he came in one evening and we went out on a date, and that was it, and I was 17 years old. And we were married on May when I was barely 18 years old, about a year later, and got thrown into the ranch. So, not realizing when I first met him, I didn't know he was a cowboy. Had no idea. He wore Florsheim shoes, and he had Pendleton jackets, and he wore a little felt hat. He didn't look nothing like a Western person whatsoever. So little did I know, within a year's time, out would come the boots and the jeans and the cowboy hat, and instead of me going to movies and taking dance lessons and doing the things of a city life, we instantly got thrown into the cowboy life. So life changed within a year's time, and what you see now is what you get. Well, when we first got married, the first person we really met was Shirley and Bill Marshall, and Bill was real involved. His dad was involved in the Foothill Firefighters, so you had to join that. So I said, okay. So we joined the Foothill Firefighters. Well, that one thing led into another, and over the years, the Foothill Firefighters kind of combined with the Santa Cruz County Cattlemen's, and to raise money for different events. Of course, it all involved food. So we would put barbecues on, and then the cattlemen's for the county involved in the state association. So they would come here on their state tours, and everything that pertains to raising money had to do with putting barbecues on. And then we had deer camp, so the natural place was to have barbecues at deer camp.
We were involved in getting high school rodeo started in the state of California, and District 4 was our district, and I was the director, she was the secretary, and we helped get it going, and it's still going today. And that was one of the things. I was a director for California Cattlemen's Association for over 20 years. I served on the Fish and Game Commission for the County of Santa Cruz. I did it, everything from 4-H to future farmers to whatever. So to see those kids today that you helped groom, I guess we would call it, some of them turned out real well. So.
Then of course, I worked at the school district for 25 years, and that pertained to do with food. And then we got involved in AHP. AHP, when it first started, we were the very first members of that. Where of course, John wanted to raise money. The first thing we had to do was have spaghetti feeds. But I've run my whole life, but it's the way I am. I'm very hyperactive. I don't enjoy sitting, and he can sit all day long, and he likes to sit. and he's content sitting. You know, we're the opposite as opposite can get, you know. But it seemed to work. We've been married for 55, almost 56 years, so I guess it's worked. Well, I, for one, would love to thank all of my family. My sister came in from Nevada, my brother came in from Sacramento. All of my family is here tonight, both of our boys, their wives, their grandchildren, and we've been really, really blessed. We have 7 generations of the Estrada family that's represented in this valley, and I'm very proud of my boys, what they've accomplished in their life, and we're lucky. We've got a lot of good friends, and this valley has given us a whole lot, and the chamber to give us this honor has really been quite an honor, and I appreciate it very much.
That's deeply appreciated and never will be forgotten, that's for sure. So.
Because it's with your guys' love and honor that we are here and standing in front of you or sitting in front of you or whatever, but I'm a very lucky person, I think, in all in our life and what we've had to share with so many people. We really have shared our life and our home and the Estrada Ranch with everybody in this building. So we're lucky to have you, and I guess you're all lucky to have us. So.